You did what?
I know you by now.
Okay, everybody. As of right now, we have been driving for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 European hours is a lot different than
It seemed like we was
our
driving for
hours.
hours.
Yeah.
Because of the speed limit.
Speed limit kind of weird, right? Because you're going in kilometers, and it like you going 120, but you're really going like probably 80. Maybe even not even 80. I don't know.
Probably less than that.
Less than that. Then it seems like you're going 176 kilometers, but you're really only going 110 miles an hour. 110 miles. It's kind of weird. But we really here to talk about something that's serious right now. Real serious. And, we ain't did too much serious talk since we've been here. But what I'm going to do is try to get this camera so we can kind of see you. Alright? Like I say, this ain't no professionally shot video. But right now we somewhat on a pilgrimage. And the pilgrimage is, we really didn't just come to France for no reason at all. We are on our way to explore some of the roots of Christianity, roots of the Christian religion, some of the key facts that I believe the French, to a certain extent, understand. I don't know if you heard of the Shrine of the Black Madonna and this and that and this, but what we're doing is we coming to investigate.
I believe they have.
The Virgin Mary. No, my bad. Mary Magdalene. As well as Jesus' mom, Mary. Now there's a story, I guess some people haven't seen the movie The Da Vinci Code, but there's a whole lot of evidence that Mary Magdalene, Mary, Jesus' mom, and Mary, Jesus' sister. What happened was after the crucifixion, the Bible, the story that we know through our version of Christianity and what we have been taught, and I say that sparingly because if you don't realize that you've been taught the story, then just swipe me away and go to the next page and talk about something else. And if you don't realize that the people that taught you the story don't necessarily want you to know the whole story, they just want you to know enough of the story just to keep you going, but they ain't taught you the truth about nothing else. So why would they teach you the truth about the most important thing in the world, and that's God Almighty? So, and it's like, this ain't for nobody who got their own religion, and this ain't about y'all. Ain't nobody but me and Alberta's in this car. So we going to see some of the true facts, investigate it, see things for ourselves, and then come up with our own conclusion, our own understanding, but only after seeking this knowledge, right? So it's a 4.5 hour drive, but it's European 4.5 hours, so it's turning out to be like 6.
Yeah. And especially when it is, what time is it? Well, no, my watch is set for back home.
Oh boy.
And we still have
you got me on that one.
sunlight. And it's probably 7:45.
Yeah, it's 7:45. And it seems like the sun don't go down over here until like 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
At night, yeah.
So that's why we always a little off sometimes because it's more daylight.
A lot more daylight.
A lot more daylight.
So right now we're going to this town called Saint Mary's de la Mar. That's in the south of France. I'm going to tell you about the south of France. We pass like castles and stone monuments, been here thousands of years and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know. So what the story is that after the crucifixion, the Romans was trying to kill all of Jesus' disciples. So you already know Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Simon, James, everybody else bounce. You feel me? After they had this thing in the garden, and they handcuffed Jesus and locked him up, and Peter denied him and all these kind of things. I mean, just like the story go, the rest of the disciples split. Okay. Now, they crucify him, and the only 3 women was at the cross was Mary, his mama Mary, Mary Magdalene, and his sister Mary, right? And 3 days later, the only person, well, the first person that seen him at the tomb when he rose from the dead was Mary, his Mary Magdalene. Now, that's an important person in religion because she was the first one that told everybody else that he was back.
But yet, that's not, it's not too much written in the Bible.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The Romans, the conference at Nicaea, the council or whatever, they wrote her out of the story and even labeled her to be something other than what she was. You know, I ain't gonna repeat that. But the true fact is that the Christian religion was founded on her vision and her citing him and said he has arisen. So that's an important person. And we believe in Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? We try to follow his teachings. You know what I mean? And the first person that said they seen him started everybody else actually seeing him, and he's been appearing to other people after that, right? Well, she was the first. Okay, ain't no doubt about that. They couldn't write that out in the story. So, but come to find out, everybody who was involved with him was in danger from the Roman Empire and even the Jewish priests and whatever that wanted to, you know, destroy their movement. So they put her on a boat and sent her across the ocean. And she ended up coming ashore in France. That's the story. So we go into the town that she first came ashore on, and they had built a town and a cathedral and a church, and people come there and they come there to kind of go on in like a pilgrimage to the spot where she came. She escaped the Roman rulers in Israel or Palestine or Galilee or wherever they did the crucifixion at, right? And got away. And being the fact she got away, the religion got away. You see what I'm saying? And because she was one of the, actually an apostle of Jesus. Now, I ain't getting into the other thing about the Mary being the wife and the bloodline, and you watch the movie, you can deal with that however you want to, right? We got our own understanding of that. But we just figure since we was only a few hours away, we'll go and learn something about that part of the religion that nobody necessarily talk about. See, because it stopped technically in our minds in the United States when after the crucifixion.
Yeah.
Rise from the dead, boom. Now we getting this thing, okay, we got this religion. Okay? But someone taught the rest of the world. The other disciples went to the four corners of the earth. right? But you couldn't tell me which corner they went to. But they can tell you where Mary went. You know, somehow Peter ended up in Rome. Okay, got that. St. Peter's Basilica and whatnot. But you know, the rest of them you don't necessarily know. And you got all these foreign names like Copernicus and you know Athenium and these different names and stuff. You know, that we don't really necessarily know what it means. But we know, they know that Mary came here. And we just going to learn some more about that.
We're just going to go learn because I believe that they probably have more knowledge, information, you know, in that town than what we are given. So if you don't seek, you won't find.
And, you know, some of us might not be ready for the other part, but, you know, it's about, I want to make sure that if God so bless us to meet Jesus face to face when we die, that's just like everybody's saying. Y'all saying that. That's what's supposed to happen. We're going to see him again. I want to be able to say, listen, I searched the world over to learn the truth about you so I can follow you. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to look him straight face to face and say, you know, I did all that I could do to understand what I am supposed to do. So that's where we at. So not saying everybody got to jump in the car and drive and go where we're going at right now, but I'm just saying wherever you at in life, you should seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. Never get to the point where you think you know it all.
Be satisfied or be
satisfied
content with just that.
With somebody telling you. Because some people, let me tell you something. When people tell you something, 90% of the time they got an angle. Alright? But when you learn something for yourself and you know it for yourself, 90% of the time you have a better understanding of it. You know what I mean? So, I ain't saying that nobody teaching you nothing wrong. Don't go making no bunch of comments about this and that. This is just letting you know what Benny and Alberta is doing the rest of the day. And probably half the night. You know what I mean?
And also to keep in touch with our children, mainly.
Yeah. We want the kids to know that we okay.
And most importantly.
We ain't been taken yet. You know what I mean? Everybody thinking about coming, you gotta watch out for being taken. You know, we being taken. Yeah. We are being taken, I'm telling you. I put $40 worth of gas in a tiny little small car. And it still wasn't full.
It's still not full.
No.
So look, the gas prices and everything over here, I will appreciate when I get back home.
You don't need to worry about when you getting gas for $2.29 a gallon.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm paying $1.47
a liter.
Quart. Well, a liter is a quart, pretty much.
Same thing, pretty much.
And there's 4 quarts in a gallon. So you figure like almost $1.50 a quart. So that's $3 for half a gallon. So we paying $6 a gallon for gas over here.
So that's what I say. I appreciate when I see the prices that we have back home.
Boy, look at gas go up to $3.50 a gallon. I be like, man, they ain't.
You know.
I'm serious, man. America, man, you should. The worst part about it, technically, our money is 75% of theirs. That's another thing. So
I'm like, what?
Technically, I'm paying $2 a quart, $8 a gallon. Green American money.
But didn't we just exchange some money at the money exchange?
Yeah, how much you get?
I went in the bank. $350 is what I had, American money. And I went into the money exchange, the exchange for euro. He said $2.80.93. I said, what? He said, that's what I'll be getting back in euros. I'm like, great.
So
God Almighty.
We gave up $3.50
and got back $2.80. And I was like, whew.
Now we eating a pizza, a medium. You know how we go in America, we can get 2 of them Little Caesar pizzas.
For $5 a piece.
We get a whole, we get 2 for $5? No, we get 1
No,
for
we
$5.
get 1 for $5. I say $5
Yeah.
a piece.
Right now, it's been $16 for
And
a
a
medium.
medium.
Mm-hmm.
And toll booth, we ain't going there. But anyway.
A bottle of water costs you €1.95. Right? Check this out.
We pay
That's
more than
technically
that.
$2.40 our money.
Mm-hmm. For the
That's
American green.
That's why I'm sipping on this real slow. All right, everybody. We'll see y'all a little bit. But I know we're going to be leaving service, losing service because this space we're going is out
Out a little
on
far.
the coast.
Yeah.
It's by the coast, so you know what I mean. But what I'm gonna do, if you're really interested in what we're about to do, I'm gonna attach a YouTube video to the end of this, so you can kind of see a little brief documentary on what we're getting ready to do. So, I mean, we're just kicking it. We got a couple more days. You know what I mean? Hey, it's gonna go enjoy ourselves. What do you think?
Sounds like a win.
Cool.
All right, kids, we'll get back with you guys.
All right, peoples. We're going to learn about Jesus. All right? So, well, his mom, and, you know, and really before we go, you got to really think about it now. You got to put common sense to the crucifixion story. Now, we know he was crucified, right? We know the Romans put him on the cross. We know people were standing around when it happened, right? Okay, and we know that the soldiers and stuff was looking for them, right? Boom, okay. Put yourself in their shoes. You know what I mean? Now, you know they were close followers of Jesus, okay? And I believe a gentleman, they allowed him to be buried in Joseph of Arimathea's tomb, right? And then I believe somebody went and asked the Romans for his body back. Don't get me wrong, I ain't no preacher. I'm just telling you what I remember of the story. Okay, so when they got his body back, they washed him up and they're getting ready for burial. Okay. Boom, all right, so that makes sense. Sometime after that, somebody up top said, you know what? Dude used to be with all these other people. If we don't get them too, then we're going to have the same problem over and over. So it makes sense that these disciples would have to disperse, and even his mom, right? Would have to, his mom, he had a sister, he had a brother James, right? But the 3 women had to escape, and they went to France. So that's where we're at, south of France. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, story continues. Okay. All right. Well, love everybody. Y'all keep our eye on us now. We only doing this because we don't want to disappear and y'all know where we at. We in the south of France. St. Mary's de la Mar. Okay.
Oh, they checking. They seeing where we at.
Yeah, they watching. Yeah, the kids keeping up with us. But just keep the GPS on that phone now. If something happened, y'all go to the last place that phone was at.
Sorry, Yash. I call Yash, and it's always like 3 o'clock in the morning or something where she's still sleeping. The time is just.
Yeah, we trying to keep up with all y'all. Alrighty. $40 in the car ain't even full.
That's right. We gonna get there. So.
I tell you, whoa.
See y'all later.
See y'all later.
Peace and love.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.